Hello, and welcome to the announcement of a new and very exciting member of the V-Series line of products, the all-new V400. I'm John Wise, the Vice President of Marketing Programs in the United States Information Systems Division of Unisys. As you will hear throughout this program, the new V400 system can take you into and through the 1990s, but it could not have been designed and built were it not for technological breakthroughs in both silicon chip densities and the ability to share components with much larger and more expensive systems. The story broke on this new V-Series product just a few days ago at a major press conference held in the financial district in New York City. Reporters arrived at our Wall Street offices from around the country to hear Dennis Kaczynski, Unisys Vice President Mainframes, make the formal announcement.
On behalf of Unisys Corporation, I'd like to extend a sincere welcome to the members of the press here today. We are pleased that you can join us here at the Unisys Wall Street Solutions Center for the release of our latest entree into the mid-range system marketplace. This is the first of major product release that we are transmitting to all of our 36 solution centers in the United States via satellite broadcast. The broadcast to the Unisys sales force is scheduled for this Thursday, January 25th.
And the reason I'm here today is that the V-Series is a very important element of one of our key imaging systems, that is the imaging payment system. The important thing about the V400 announcement today is that it brings a new level of price performance. In other words, a new entry-level price for the image payment system.
In today's competitive environment, success can often be determined by the ability to manage, use, and quickly act on information. An important element in this process is an information management system that builds on a history of success, and we believe that is the V400. I'd like to, for you, if you go away with only one thought today, and that is the fact that the V400 is a foundation for the future for this customer base.
It's our expectation that by 1993, we can have 44% of that $2 billion payment market.
As you see us releasing more mainframes over the next 12 months, is that we'll start positioning our mainframe line as more of an information hub to service open systems, to service IBM-compatible devices, and so forth. And the V-Series and the A-Series and the 2200 and so on are all elements of that information hub, the larger central repository and so forth. The various generations of V-Series have provided our customers with better price performance and complete software compatibility with expandability. Obviously, protection of software libraries translates into major savings for our customers. The V400 carries on this tradition for the 24th consecutive year.
I think Mr. Kaczynski's closing thoughts put this announcement clearly into focus, that the V-Series is continuing a tradition of values for our customers: major savings, software compatibility, expandability, and uninterrupted growth. But these are just a few traditions that make up the V-Series' 20-plus year heritage. Our television program today is meant to go beyond that press announcement in a way which will assist you, our customers, in better understanding the important benefits of this new V-Series computer. Please jot down any questions you might think of as we will open our studio phone lines later in the broadcast. This program is being broadcast to over 40 major U.S. cities. It has been designed to personally introduce you to a number of people who played very important roles in making the V400 and that press conference a reality. Product designs, especially new ones, can have any number of starting points, but the most successful products share a similar focus and common denominator early on, at the planning stage. And that is that the needs and requirements of the user drive every aspect of product development. This company-wide commitment to our customers isn't some brand new business philosophy at Unisys. It has been and will continue to be the way we do business, as you'll see in today's program. But first, let's hear from three of those customers for whom this product was designed.
The Unisys Corporation has listened to their users and has responded quite well. If you take a look at the V500 and how it extended the top end of the range, and now with the announcement of the V400 extending the bottom end of the range, it's a total solution for the V-Series community. So now we have a low end as well as the high end, offering the best in technology and the highest in connectivity.
Well, to us, the introduction of the V430 meant that Unisys is making a commitment to continue the V-Series product line, which is very important to us. That was the most significant factor in our decision.
Having seen the V400 disclosure and looking at the V380, we feel as a bank that the ability to grow within the same box will give us expanded growth in through the 90s. We wanted to make sure that we were not at a dead end when we put something in. With the V430, we feel that there's a lot of expandability with future enhancements and announcements that's coming from Unisys on the new processor. It'll allow us to grow as the bank grows.
Once you clearly understand the needs of your customer, the first step in the plan is to marshal your commitments and to develop both the financial and technical muscle necessary to transform that concept from an idea to reality. The person responsible for taking that first step is the Unisys Vice President for V-Series Product Marketing. I'd like to introduce Meredith Hughes. Meredith helped guide the development of the new V400. Meredith?
Thank you, John. It's my pleasure today to address both my colleagues and our customers. I'd like to target the following 4 points about the V400. First, the advantages of the V400 to you. Second, the objectives of the V400 products. Third, the position of the V400 models within the V-Series line. And fourth, Unisys' corporate commitment to the V-Series products. The first and undoubtedly the most important point that I'd like to emphasize is the advantages of the V400 systems to you, our customers. We protect your investment and we offer significant cost savings. All of this is accomplished by providing you with total application portability from your existing B2000, B3000, B4000, and other V-Series systems. This means that you will be able to move your applications to this system without recompilation. You simply load and go. We further protect you by carrying over the vast majority of the currently supported peripherals of prior systems. And we're protecting your future investments because this new system is upgradable, allowing you to add memory, I/O capacity. In the case of the V410, the ability to increase performance by upgrading to a V430 within the same cabinetry. The environmental requirements of the V400 will cut your costs. For example, look at the environmental savings that can be realized over a 5-year period between the B2930 and the V400. These advantages stem from our original objectives. In our initial design of the V400 systems, we wanted to ensure a compatible growth path, plus the use of common componentry and proven technology for our B2000, B3000, B4000, and V-Series users. This has been accomplished via the in-cabinet growth and the field upgradability of the systems we are announcing today. We designed the V400 systems so that the entry-level V410 can easily accommodate increased processor performance, memory capacity, and I/O capabilities, as well as peripheral interfaces and memory technology. This has been our way of protecting your investment. We strive to have an ever-increasing level of commonality at the component level in all of our offerings. The V400 is the first Unisys mainframe housed in the Unicab, a 1-meter-high rack-mount design. Unisys is currently designing future products that use many of the same components and sub-assembly systems to further improve performance and investment protection. The third point I want to touch upon is the position of the V400 within the V-Series product line. The introduction of the new members of the V-Series family brings the power of these systems to smaller users and enables them to move into this new technology for a relatively small cost. This chart shows the processor performance comparison of the V410 and V430 products positioned against earlier systems and the V500 models. As illustrated here, the V-Series now helps you build for future with upgraded features that give you more power and capability at significant savings. And the V560 system provides 24 times the growth from the B2925 to the dual processor with continued software and subsystem compatibility. The V-Series line is characterized by a small footprint, substantial savings in power, savings in air conditioning costs, and continued software compatibility with other systems in the V-Series line. This diagram dramatically shows how, considering the environmentals and maintenance alone, you can significantly reduce your financial requirements over prior systems. The V400 models are strong contenders in the mid-range system market for both financial and commercial businesses. Important roles for V400 systems are online transaction processing and in the document processing and imaging arena. Last and certainly not least is the Unisys commitment. The announcement of the exciting V400 models clearly confirms the Unisys corporate commitment to the V-Series product and the commitment to our loyal users. The V400 product announcement is the second major mainframe announcement within the V-Series product offering over the last 10 months. At the Spring Cube in San Francisco, Unisys announced the V560 dual processor, which expands the upper end of the performance scale to our users. The V400 now addresses the lower end of the V-Series performance range with superior reliability, low environmental requirements, and an excellent price-performance ratio. A foundation is a solid base upon which you can build, and that precisely describes the Unisys V400 systems. Leading technology you can use today and build on in the future. Today's product announcement and other projects and development programs underway further confirm this statement and give us the confidence to label the V400 the foundation of the future. Our Unisys facility in Mission Viejo, California is responsible for the design and manufacture of the V400. The next video segment is also one of their efforts. I think you'll find it very interesting.
The Unisys V400 series. The next evolutionary step in Unisys technological advancements. High technology with a purpose, to take the first step into the future of highly reliable, cost-effective, total system solutions. The Unisys V400 is a platform for the future. The system uses tomorrow's technology today, providing the foundation for a continuing commitment to development for the V-Series family of platforms. The commitment to development from a multi-billion-dollar team of designers and manufacturers. A team of some of the most experienced and demanding men and women in the field of business automation. And the result of such teamwork is a computer system and application system software that is simply great. So what's so great about the Unisys V-Series system? Just what counts. The system provides solutions for our customers. Out of the Unisys dedication to its customers, the successful value-added architectures and fourth-generation languages developed, providing a total solution of hardware and software specifically engineered for the customer. And today, there is a new V-Series continuing the Unisys legacy of hardware development. Take a look at the future. In today's V400, utilizing state-of-the-art silicon technology in its design. High-density CMOS technology allowing for an efficient, compact, and innovative method of implementing VLSI packs the logic for the V400 onto an integrated circuit. To accomplish such complex IC designs would be impossible with pencil and paper. So Unisys provided its team of designers with a state-of-the-art design automation system. The V400 series is the result of top talent designing with tomorrow's tools. By aggressively building a state-of-the-art environment, Unisys has provided the means for brilliant designers to create products that will lead customers into the future. Products like the V400. CAD tools allow them to expand their creativity based upon their experience in the industry. Creativity to design more cost-effective, reliable, and adaptable products. Because of design automation tools such as engineering workstations, simulation tools, and rules-checking programs for testability, engineers are able to experiment and debug their designs quickly. Because we can no longer afford the time to build a chip to see if it works, engineers now design, test, modify, and test again, making sure the design is right while it's still in the CAD system. And because each designer is now responsible for the entire design, simulation, and test process, not just one schematic, the designer gains a greater understanding of the whole. And now the designer works as part of a team on bigger and better jobs. The CAD hierarchical design concept enables the partitioning of larger, more complex projects so that more engineers can work together in an organized fashion to accomplish more in a shorter period of time. But state-of-the-art doesn't stop with the design. Once the design is completed, the information for manufacturing the system is electronically transferred to manufacturing in a format understood by state-of-the-art robotics tools. Advances in packaging the system are advantageous to the Unisys manufacturing team. Rack mount technology means the system plugs together, cards slide in, and fewer cards mean that manufacturing is able to respond to changes in configuration faster. The mechanical assembly time is cut to 1 day, faster than any medium system done before. The result for the customer, a high-quality, more efficient product at a lower cost. A product as state-of-the-art as the Unisys V400. The V400 is the first system to ship in the Unicab, a space-age high-pressure structural foam cabinet. With the cabinet's rack mount technology, system upgrades are easily done in the field. The customer can be secure that the cabinetry will remain the same for future systems. The smaller size means reduced floor space, less power requirements, and less air conditioning. CMOS gate arrays allow for a compact, more reliable V-Series system with the ability to operate in an office environment at a lower cost. The V400 series is code compatible with the V300 family of products, as well as the B2, 3, and 4000 family of products. There is no need for costly reprogramming. so customers benefit from new leading-edge hardware technology while ensuring protection of their software investment. For V400 customers, it all adds up to net positive savings starting the first day. Throughout the history of Unisys, the company has invested in the development of products that provide effective solutions to customers' problems. That is the Unisys commitment. The commitment to design tomorrow's products, nurturing the industry's most creative design and manufacturing teams, using the tools of tomorrow. And the measure of Unisys' success? Loyal customers. Customers who know we will continue to provide solutions. Customers who have proof. Proof with products like the V400 System Series. The most cost-effective, reliable solution on the market today. That is the Unisys commitment. The Unisys V400 System Series. The platform to take us into the future.
Quality is the measure both of a product and of the company and the people who build it. For the past 3 months, the V400 has been operational in beta test sites. I think you'll be interested in what our customers have to say regarding the quality built into this new product.
It is quite a leap for a 900 series user to a V400 user, delivering that higher reliability that's needed in every data processing center, because the last thing an organization needs is downtime, because every minute of downtime affects the bottom line.
Reliability of the V430 was a critical issue when we decided to be a test site, because we were putting our ATM package on that mainframe, and we needed to be up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to service our 120,000 customers. We're in a national switch, and to this point, we've not had any downtime, and we don't anticipate any downtime. It's been a very reliable box. We decided to run some comparisons when we first brought the system up to do some rerunning. We reran a month end. It took us 18 hours on the old system, 7 hours under the V. Our quarterly posting of interest went from 4.5 hours to 1.5 hours. Our compiles went from 1 hour to 17 minutes. So we're looking at roughly 75% improvement on time on a lot of our jobs. Management doesn't see the technological advances the V430 gives us. They see the speed. They're used to getting reports the next day, late in the day. Now they're used to seeing them first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock as they walk in the door.
You've heard us mention, at least in general terms, that this product announcement represents a new technological advance in the design and assembly of mainframe products. In the next few minutes, we'd like to share with each of you just what Unisys technology has been able to accomplish in order to convince both you and ourselves that the V400 will be a state-of-the-art product well into the 1990s. To address this subject is the Director and Systems Designer of V-Series Engineering, Bill Terry.
Hello, I'm in the system test area of our laboratory at Mission Viejo facility. And all of us here at Mission Viejo are quite excited and very proud of the V400 design and the V-Series family of entry-level systems. In the next few minutes, I'd like to take and highlight some of the important design and technical features of the V400 system. The cabinet I'm standing next to, the V400 system cabinet, the lower portion of the system is going to house the processor card, its I/O processor, and the memory card, while the top portion of the system will contain the peripheral rack to house inbuilt peripherals. By using CMOS technology for our processor chips, we were able to design all of the models of the V400 CPU to reside on a single 11 by 14-inch board. Our previous model of entry-level systems required a minimum of 6 boards for its CPU. This V400 processor board contains 6 CMOS arrays and a dozen supporting chips. All 4 modules of the CPU, the fetch, the lock, execute, and memory control modules reside on this single board, providing for reduced power, size, cost, and improving reliability and availability. The 3 major components of the system's maintenance subsystem are the system maintenance controller, the maintenance processor, and the supervisor control module. These components function in a similar manner to the maintenance subsystem on the V500 system, which strengthens the reliability and availability of your subsystem. The system's maintenance controller is the interface between the CPU and the maintenance processor. The system's maintenance controller is a one-card design, which uses an Intel 8186 microprocessor. The maintenance bus plus the system maintenance controller and the maintenance processor provide the V400 with a high degree of reliability for local and remote maintainability. The maintenance processor, consisting of a B28 workstation and 1 B40 Winchester disk drive, a floppy disk drive, and 1 1/4-inch tape cartridge, in addition to the display monitor and the keyboard, allow both local and remote maintenance support personnel to run diagnostics and supporting programs. Through the use of our extensive library of diagnostics and confidence routines, problems can quickly and accurately be diagnosed and corrected. Additionally, the B28 will function as the operator control station. The supervisor control module monitors the physical status of the V400 operating environments, including its temperature, airflow, and power subsystem status. The results are reported to the supervisor maintenance controller for logging. This memory board can store up to 40 megabytes of memory. This was achieved by developing a memory subsystem that features 1 megabit DRAM chip technology, compared to the 256 kbit DRAM technology used on previous systems. This implementation increases the reliability and the density of the memory subsystem while reducing cost. The V400 features single-bit error correction with double-bit error protection. Therefore, any single-bit memory error will be logged on the maintenance processor and have no effect on user programs. Up to 4-way memory interleaving provides the facilities for the system to service up to 4 simultaneous memory operations. The V400 system is the first in the V-Series history to offer inbuilt peripheral devices within the system cabinet. The new disk subsystem is comprised of either 3 5¼ inch disk options that are available, a disk drive which houses 560 megabyte formatted capacity and 180 byte sector, a smaller disk which provides 280 megabyte formatted capacity, also on 180 byte sector, and a drive which will allow 100 megabytes of capacity formatted and 100 byte sectors for LAC capability. Depending on the drives you select, up to 2.2 gigabytes of disk can be configured in the peripheral rack in the top of the V400 cabinet. These drives can be configured with up to 4 SCSI buses. If you view the disk drives closely, you'll notice that they come in 2 form factors, both full height and half height. Each of the full height drives require 1 of the 4 available slots in the peripheral rack. The half height drives require only half that amount of space. Your selection of disk drives will determine the total amount of storage in the peripheral rack. The V400 I/O subsystem will allow up to 64 simultaneous I/O operations with an aggregate bandpass of up to 16 megabytes per second by configuring 2 I/O processors, each with a bandpass of 8 megabytes per second. They can support up to 4 I/O base modules, and each I/O base module can support up to 8 data link processors. 2 different I/O cabinet options exist to store the I/O base modules for the V410 and V430 systems. A new I/O base cabinet utilizing the same cabinetry as the V400 and the larger I/O base cabinet currently available. Both cabinets can be configured with up to 2 I/O bases to house a total of 16 data link processors. The larger I/O cabinet consists of 2 I/O bases, which each provides 20 card slots to house up to a total of 8 data link processors. This cabinet also contains a total of 60 electrical interface ports for peripheral connectivity. This cabinet is a good option for users who have large peripherals and communication subsystems that require additional card space or electrical interface ports. Since the data link processors for the peripherals, which Unisys has most recently introduced, require only 1 or 2 card slots, we anticipate that the majority of the customers will be very satisfied with the number of card slots available in the new I/O cabinets. This I/O cabinet consists of either 1 or 2 18-card I/O bases, and each of these I/O bases in the cabinet provide a total of 22 electrical interface ports. As your system grows and your peripheral requirements increase, you can add up to 3 additional I/O cabinets to your initial configuration. This will provide you with a total of 8 I/O base modules, which can support a total of 64 data link processors. We hope that you are as excited as we are about the significant enhancements that leading-edge technology has enabled us to provide you, not only in feature content, but in reliability and availability. As you can see when you look inside the V400 cabinet, there is additional space in the cabinet. The initial models of the V400 were designed with the future in mind. This platform is positioned to be the foundation for future enhancements, which are planned to meet your growing requirements in the areas of processing power, memory capacity, and I/O throughput. Thank you.
Being a design engineer is a little like being a painter or film director. It's not really what the engineer thinks that counts, but what the customers say after they try the product. Let me share with you responses from our customers who have made about the product design and advantages they feel the V400 provides.
The biggest advantage we saw with the V430 were the environmentals. We compared the environmentals of the V430 to the V300 series, and there was an extreme amount of dollars saved by going with the V430.
We anticipate getting into imaging, for example, in our bank when it's appropriate for us to do so, and we think the V400 will provide a platform to launch us into the imaging project, as an example. We'll probably do some other things as well.
To specifically talk about some of the areas of enhancement in the V400, one might be the small footprint of the processor itself. Also, the whole area of inbuilt disk drives built right into the processor to save on that area utilization, so it really delivers that reality of having a remote site with IPS, or document processing. The whole concern about the power considerations, now offering either 110 or 220 volt to power the processor, is also an excellent opportunity to control your environmentals.
If you've been in this business for any length of time, you know that hardware is only part of the answer. The other critical ingredient is software and the ability to take your existing programs and move them without major effort into the new operating environment. When compared to other manufacturers in the computer industry, I believe you will find that Unisys stands alone in offering technological improvements and new generation systems while continuously maintaining upward mobility, compatibility, and ease of transition. Joe McSweeney keeps an eye on this for Unisys and the V-Series family, and we asked him to share with you the goals set by him and his department to ensure your smooth migration. Joe?
That's right, John. There's no reason not to upgrade. The V400 users migrating to MCPVS should do so with the reassurance that they will be using an operating system that has had over 2 years to mature and stabilize. The transition is very straightforward. It is not a technical process. Instead, it's an educational process. Our customers will learn what's new and different about the system and then determine the best way to use it. The V400 uses MCPVS 3.0.1. MCPVS provides object code compatibility with existing BX900 and V-Series application programs. Program recompilation is normally not necessary when implementing MCPVS. Several steps have been taken to help users determine what operational or programmatic changes must be made in order to implement MCPVS. A migration document has been available for some time. It goes into detail regarding the various programmatic and operational differences between MCP9 and MCPVS 3.0. The current MCP9 release has been enhanced to help in the migration effort. For example, warning messages are logged and displayed when specific situations occur that require program changes. Users can be making these changes even before their V400 is delivered. MCPVS provides an overall improvement in throughput of 11 to 28%, and for those users of DMS2, it offers up to a 65% improvement in database throughput. The most significant advantage for new MCPVS users is the ability to access additional memory. Many V400 users will be coming from an environment where 5 megabytes of memory is the maximum available. MCPVS allows these users to increase their memory capacity 8-fold, up to 40 megabytes of memory. V400 users need to consider memory as an additional resource available to them to increase overall system performance. MCPVS opens the door to a completely new suite of peripheral offerings not available to the BX900 user. These include inbuilt SCSI disk drives, M9710 external disk drives, cartridge tape subsystems, ion deposition page printers, and CP2000 communication processors. Once you become an MCPVS user, you can also begin to use V-Series unique software products. QueryVS is available for ad hoc DMS2 and flat file inquiry and reporting. The Intelligent Workstation Editor, IWE2, allows the V400 user to offload a large portion of the 3GL program development effort to a BTOS or PC-DOS workstation. VCS, the new V-Series message control system, is available for data communication network control regardless of the communication processor currently in use. Existing switch, MC7, and MSNDL users can migrate to VCS with no application program changes and only minimal operational changes. In addition, an SNA RJE package is also available if you need it. MCPVS also has additional communication products like the Telcom Data Link Processor and the online Reader Sorter DLP in order to satisfy specific customer requirements. Regarding ease of transition, a major information technology magazine summed it up this way: ease of migration is for vendors to say and for customers to confirm. So let's take a look at how we did.
Our relationship with Unisys extends back for 25 years. We feel very comfortable with Unisys, and we have been able to migrate software that's still filling our needs today that was written 15 years ago. It still can run efficiently on our modern Unisys systems. We have maintained the ease of use that we originally were attracted to in the medium systems series has been maintained, carried through into the V-Series. The operating system's been very reliable, very solid over the years.
The migration from MCP-IX to MCP-V was very, very painless. The recompiling of programs was non-existent.
Well, traveling from site to site and talking to a lot of the users at Cube, it's really interesting to hear them talk and to tell you that, well, it took us a little time. It took about an hour because we had to readjust to the configuration file to bring the processor up. In the industry as a whole, I'd like to hear any other vendor be able to state that fact, that it's very easy. It only took an hour, and I'm sorry it took that long, but I had to understand the configuration file. So the concern of moving from IX to VS should be there, that it's comforting to know that other users have went through it and it's easy.
We wish to preserve the investment that we have in our software, and the V430 gives us that opportunity to preserve our investment.
Thomas Edison is reported to have said, "No rule for success is more fundamental than giving others, especially customers, what they really want, not what vendors think they ought to want." Well, we listened very hard to what you, our customers, told us, and I believe we've met and exceeded your every expectation. And now here to discuss the cost structure of the V400 and how it compares to products you may have currently installed is Jim Page, USIS Vice President for Mainframe Products. Jim,
Thanks a lot, John. And hello out there. I think up to now, we've demonstrated that if you are a current user of our 900 series or V300, the V400 provides a logical and smooth growth path. The investment made in your applications is protected, and thus you can gain the advantages of the V400 without a conversion. We've also shown you the major advantages that technology offers in terms of reliability, availability, and maintainability. Now, what I'd like to do is show you how this translates into real dollars in substantial cost savings. I'll compare the V400 product to older model systems that you may be using. Our approach is to examine the normal costs that you as a user would incur with an older generation system and disk versus the new V400 and our new disk products. All of the charts that you will see are based on a 5-year analysis. The comparisons analyze the current actual maintenance costs of the configurations as well as environmental costs, such as electricity, air conditioning, and floor space. The exciting thing about these comparisons is that in all cases, when comparing similar performing systems, the maintenance and environmental savings derived with the V400 will actually pay for itself in less than 5 years. Our first example is a comparison of the V410 system to a 2930 system. Please keep in mind that the V410 offers more performance than the 2930. The V410 has 8 times the main memory capacity and a larger I/O bandpass. It's also field upgradable to the more powerful V430 and will support our latest peripheral devices. In this example, the V410 is configured with 1 gigabyte of inbuilt disk in the main processor cabinet. As you can see, the V410 provides a total 5-year savings of over $178,000. This figure reflects the significant savings in the maintenance area, especially with 1 year free service on the V410. Now at this point you may be wondering what cost factors we used in arriving at these numbers. The electricity costs for both systems were calculated at 8 cents per kilowatt hour, and the cost per square foot of floor space was $30 per year. We applied an inflation factor of 5% per year. So considering a total hardware cost of $165,000 for the V410 and disk, the payback for this configuration is 4.6 years. In our next example, let's analyze the V430 with 2.6 gigabytes of M9710 disk and 2 B3955 computer systems with an equivalent amount of storage. In this comparison, the V410 provides equal performance to the combined B3955s, but 4 times the memory capacity and again greater I/O bandpass. You'll note that the V430's 5-year savings are approximately $412,000. The V430 also comes with 1 year free service period, and the same environmental cost factors and inflation rates were applied as in the previous V410 example. So, with a total hardware investment of $315,000 for the V430 and 2.6 gigabytes of disk, the payback for this system is only 3.8 years. The last comparison we'll show analyzes the V430 versus the 340 computer system. However, no disk has been added to each of these systems since both support our new M9710 disk. With the V430, you have 33% additional processor power, comparable maximum memory, and again twice the I/O bandpass. We're also confident that you can look forward to superior growth and new enhancements to the V400 product line in the future. As you can see, the V430 presents a 5-year savings in maintenance and environmental costs of about $125,000 on just the processor alone. The savings in this example are less dramatic than the previous examples because users of V300s are already getting some advantages from newer technologies than those users of V29 and 3900s. Even so, users of the V300 should consider the advantages of the new V400, for example, upgradability, and remember that the savings in environmentals and maintenance alone will return over 1/3 of their original investment. In addition, customers who may have been considering V300s will now obviously look to the V400 due to the enhanced capabilities and significant online or ongoing financial savings. As we've shown you, the V400 series is an excellent investment with very real returns. We encourage you to investigate your individual installations to determine the potential savings you may achieve. Your Unisys account representative will be very happy to assist you in this analysis. Now, in the area of system software, we've made very significant enhancements. As Joe McSweeney indicated in his presentation, MCP VS 3.0 provides substantial benefits to our users, particularly those with DMS. In addition, with the next release of system software, MCP VS 3.1, our customers will benefit greatly with up to 5 times I/O throughput increases on our new M9710 disk. All of these enhancements have been incorporated into the base package of our system software, along with VCS, our V-Series communication software. This product will replace all of our prior message control software products while providing added functionality and support. So users migrating to a V400 can be assured of receiving all of the software as well as hardware advantages that these new products have to offer. Up until now, we've discussed the V400 as a replacement to currently installed 900 series and V300 systems. Due to its low cost and excellent performance, the V400 is also an excellent choice as an additional or distributed system. The V400 represents an excellent low-cost disaster recovery system for our users. Even larger V500 accounts can possibly utilize the V400 for this purpose. Although not as powerful as the V500, it certainly has the horsepower to run some of the mission-critical applications in those accounts. Another potential solution would be to consider the V400 as a development machine. Combined with the powerful Unisys Case 4GL software, the V400 could be a vehicle for strategic application development for all V-Series installations. Now let's talk about applications. The V400, when combined with Unisys Item Processing Software, IPS, represents the premier solution available today for check processing applications. Our financial users should also be aware that the V-Series is the mainframe platform selected for a recently announced imaging product, which will play a major role in Unisys strategies in the years to come. GFS, or Global Financial System, is another fine application software product for V-Series. Because GFS is designed in modules, you can select the appropriate parts of GFS that meet your specific requirements. In addition to solution packages developed by Unisys, there are a number of third-party application software products available for V-Series systems. The list that you're viewing identifies some of the solutions that have been developed for V-Series. As you can see, these third-party V-Series solutions cover a broad spectrum of industry applications for a wide variety of lines of business, such as banking, healthcare, education, government, and commercial. Your Unisys account representative can provide you with additional information on these solutions and the companies that provide them. Also keep in mind that all products written in our 4GL languages can also run on V-Series regardless of the original host that was used. This means that due to 4GL portability, even a wider array of application solutions are now available for the V-Series. In summary, I believe the V400 series of computer systems offer major price performance advantages for both our current as well as our potential customers, regardless of their industry segment. I personally invite you to evaluate these systems to see for yourself the benefits that they can provide. And as further encouragement for that evaluation, let's listen to what some of our customers say about the cost benefits.
The bank has no way to quantify the amount of air conditioning and electrical that we use in the computer room, but with the air conditioner, we've noticed that there's only one compressor running to put out the air conditioning. With the old 2900, 3900, we had both compressors running all the time. So it looks like our air conditioning has been cut in half. The return on investment was a total package deal with the processor and the new M9710 disk. We replaced the 2900 and a bunch of 206, 207, 659. Looking at the environmental savings, the floor space, the electrical, the maintenance cost compared to the 2900, we're looking at a total cost of ownership for 5 years as being $20,000.
The bank has felt over the years that our position as a competitor is one in which we need to be a low-cost provider, and we feel that the medium systems over the years has helped us to be a low-cost provider of the services that we're offering. Probably the cooling, maintenance, and electric bills will be reduced by $85,000 a year over our present systems.
We now come to a very special part of our program, the opportunity for you, our audience, to question the experts on the materials that have been presented so far today. The telephone numbers you see on your TV screen, Net2 Answers and 1-800-325-5828, are our studio hotline numbers. We plan to answer any question you might have about the V400 right here, right now. And if we can't get the answer or information, we will get it to you within 24 hours of today's broadcast. When you dial either of our numbers on the telephone at the back of your meeting room, your calls will come into our phone system here in our studio and will be answered in the order of their arrival. And please be patient, since it may take a while until your call is answered. We'll put you on hold, so please wait until you hear me call you by name to ask for your question. We recognize that not everyone will be able to get through at once, but we do have 8 lines in the queue, so make those calls and we'll put you on the air. Once again, our numbers are Net2 Answers and our 1-800 number showing on your screen. Please give us a call. Our first caller is from Atlanta, Georgia, and it's Jim McSweeney. Jim, you're live on UBT.
Thank you, John. Could you tell us, will we see additional models with more processing power than the V430 being released soon?
Okay, who'd like to answer that?
John, I'd be happy to.
Sure, go ahead, Meredith.
Jim, that's a very good question. I'm glad you brought it up. As I indicated in my presentation, today we are announcing the initial models of the V400 family, the V410 and the V430. And as Bill reviewed with us today in his videotape, we have some extra space available inside of the V400. We have plans in process today to announce further products in the V-Series family.
Okay, thank you. Does that answer the question, Jim?
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Our next caller is from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's Sandy Levy. Sandy, you're on the air on UBT.
Thank you. I have 2 questions on disk and one in general. As far as the disk goes, which would be faster for the customer, running the inbuilt SCSI or external M9710? And secondly, can I, using the shared disk processor, share the inbuilt SCSI disk?
I'll take that
Okay.
one. Those are both good questions, Sandy. The answer to the first one is the relative performance of the inbuilt disk and the M9710 are approximately the same, so you shouldn't see very much performance differential there. Because of the internal design and some regulatory requirements, the internal disk cannot be shared with an external processor.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for the call. Our next caller is from Birmingham, Alabama, Mike Harris. Mike, you're on the air.
Thank you. We have a question here about how does the B28 serve as both the screen for the maintenance console and also as the ODT for the system? Do you have to have some sort of software on the B28 that serves as an interface?
That's another good question. What we've done is we've taken the advantage of the processor in the B28 to install some windowing capabilities, and it's able to track both the maintenance features and the ODT features simultaneously, and allows you a windowing feature to switch back and forth. So we've done it before on other systems, and we've taken advantage to bring this to the V400 for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. I understand that we have quite a few calls stacked up, so if you're not getting through, please keep trying. Our next caller is from Irving, Texas, and it's Billy Carter. Billy, you're live on UBT.
Thank you. We have a customer question regarding someone addressing shipping and availability of the V400 series, as well as addressing the inbuilt disk product there. Can we mix LAC and pack disk products as needed?
I'll be happy to answer that question. I'm glad you called, Billy. The availability of the V430 will be in March of this year, and the availability of the V410 will be in June of this year. And the question about inbuilt disk, there are 3 disk styles which will be available inside the V400 cabinet, you could have up to a total of 2.2 gigabytes of disk inside of the V400 cabinetry.
Okay. Billy, does that answer it?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the call. Our next caller is from Iowa in Des Moines, Reed Webb. Reed, you're on the air.
Thank you. This is for First Interstate Information Systems in Des Moines, and it's for all the CP3680 users out there. The question has to do with whether or not Switch is a supported product on 3.01, or whether users must migrate to VCS.
I'll answer that. Reed, by the way, I haven't seen you in a while. The answer is yes. Switch is supported on 3.0.1. It isn't a requirement that you migrate to VCS, but we certainly do recommend that you migrate to VCS.
Okay, does that answer it, Reed?
Certainly, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Our next caller is from Denver, Colorado, and it's John Demon. John, you're on the air.
Thank you, John. We have a question from Dave Larson, First Interstate Bank and Billings. Where are the basic architectural changes in the V400 versus the V300 in the I/O subsystem? And if I could, our second question is from Tony Minnick, American National Bank in Cheyenne. How many DP1800s have been qualified on the V400? And will my 9190 DLP work on the V400?
Okay, Bill, you want to take it?
I'll start off. Basically, the architecture of the V400, both in processor, I/O, and memory management, are similar to the V300. We found a good, solid architecture there and saw no reasons to change the architectural structure. What we tried to do was merely speed it up and re-implement it in a highly reliable logic family, CMOS. The second question, the DP1800 question. The DP1800 is supported on the V400. I frankly don't know the maximum number that are qualified at this point in time. We'll make a note and get back to you with the answer to that.
And how about the 9190 DLP?
Yes, and the 9190 DLP is supported as well.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. We have another caller from Brisbane, California, outside of San Francisco. It's Nancy Tennyson. Nancy, you're live and on the air.
Hi, I have two questions. The first is from the County of Mendocino, and they're curious whether the V400 will support Oracle, and if so, when?
Okay, would someone like to address that? Do we have an answer?
No, but we can get her an
Okay,
answer.
Nancy, we don't seem to have an answer to that one, so
Okay.
we'll get back to you. Your second question.
Second question is from the County of Humboldt, and they would like to know if the V400 supports Forte applications.
It looks like you're bringing us both in the same area. Do we know that one?
Yeah, we know that.
Okay.
The answer to that, Nancy, is yes. It supports Forte applications, painfully so.
All right.
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Our next caller is from Atlanta, and it's Jim Swayze. Jim, you're on the air.
Particularly 900 customers have been concerned with memory consumption in the past. The question is, how much memory should we anticipate that the new MCP VS software release will require?
I'll take that.
Okay.
Well, Jim, that really is a variable answer to that question. We do, however, expect that the new MCP should not take more than 2 megabytes of memory in any case. It really depends on the number of jobs you run, what your mix is, etc. So I can't give you a direct answer. I can only tell you that it shouldn't take more than 2 megabytes of memory.
Does that answer it, Jim?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the call. Our next caller is from Eagan, Minnesota, and it's Paul Hales. Paul, you're on the air.
Thank you. I have a question from Fred Hosaffel at American National Bank. He's asking, when will the V400 MCP VS be able to run from PAC, eliminating the need for LAC?
I am not at liberty to answer that question today. Be advised, however, that we are working on that problem.
Sounds like you've heard that one before.
3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times. Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
We appreciate the question, and we'll be back to you with an answer. Our next caller is from Missouri out in St. Louis, and it's John Baines. John, welcome to UBT. You're on the air live.
Yes, thank you, John. We have a question from John Stoltz of United Postal in St. Louis, and he is asking, the presentation mentioned a 65% improvement in DMS2 on MCP-VS. How was this 65% figure arrived at?
Well, the answer to that question, Paul, is that it was up to 65%, and it's across several benchmarks that we ran that we got from several different customers. So the actual performance, this is the standard your mileage may vary disclaimer, but we ran benchmarks from customers all over the country, and we did see up to 65% improvement in throughput on DMS databases.
John, does that answer the question?
Okay. The next question is from Mr. Phil Finney of the Commerce Bank of St. Louis, and he is asking, in order to support the I/O bandwidth necessary for imaging, such as document to storage, will it be imperative to go to a V400 series, or can you stay on the V300 series?
Okay, who'd like to take that one? Meredith?
I'll attempt to answer that question. A number of the proposals that we have out today for the imaging application will be driven by the V300 product, the V400 product, and the V500 product. It is not imperative that you have to go to the V400. There may be some very good reasons why you'd like to do that, either the V400 or the V500, but it's not imperative that you do that.
Okay. John, does that answer it?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the call. We appreciate it. Our next caller is from Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's, is it Edie or Eddie Owens?
Eddie.
Eddie, okay. You're on the air.
Can the quarter-inch tape on the B20 console be used as a system tape unit for loading system software?
Okay.
What was the question, Eddie? Could the tape unit on the console be used as a system tape unit?
On the B20, yes.
No, it is not. It's meant for maintenance updates and for backup and updating the system.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Once again, our lines are open. It's, if you're on the Net2, it's Net2 Answers. And if you are using the 800 number, just dial 1-800. I have a couple of questions for you fellas here from the comments that you made during your presentations. One is on the office environment. I know there are a lot of customers out there who have remote locations and might be thinking of putting a small V400 out in that remote site. What would determine whether or not a V400 could be installed in an office environment?
Well, I'll take that, John.
Okay.
We, in anticipation of that, engineering and the service organizations have worked together to come up with an installation planning guide that we've made available to the regions and to your account managers. And should you have any questions, I would suggest that you talk to your account manager and have him bring in the installation planning guide and make sure that he meets your requirements. I believe that in everything but the largest applications, we'll probably be able to use the V400 in a real office environment.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. I have another one that I jotted down here for you, Joe. It's the age-old question of COBOL 68 applications working on the V400. Will I have to go to COBOL 74?
I've answered this question several times in the last 20 years. And the answer is COBOL 68 still works with MCP-VS 3.0. I do, however, recommend that if you can, you migrate to COBOL 74, since I can't guarantee that we'll support COBOL 68 forever.
Forever?
Forever.
Forever. Okay, let me throw out, well, our lines are filling up out there. Once again, it's Net2 Answers, and it's our 1-800 number. It should be up on your screen. Please give us a call. I have a competitive question I'd like to ask you guys about comparing ourselves with our competition. Just how competitive will the V400 system make us in the check processing marketplace, especially against the IBM with Supermicro 2 and other systems on the 4381 and 9370?
I think I'll try
You want to try that
I'll
one?
tackle that
Okay,
one.
go ahead.
Really, we believe that with the total solution that we have with the V-Series, as well as the fine application software package we have, notably IPS and now moving into imaging, we felt that we were in a very strong position before, and in fact, you know, maintain and are growing with a very excellent market share there. The V400 can only serve to enhance that situation. The price performance is better, the reliability is better, the ongoing maintenance costs are better, the cost justification is much easier. So, you know, I think competitively we were in a good position before. We're undoubtedly in even a better position now.
Even a better position today.
I believe it.
That's good. Great, Jim. We have a number of calls coming in from Santa Ana, California. We have Roger, it looks like Despandi. Am I saying that right?
This is Raj Deshpande, John.
Okay.
And I have a question from Online Systems from Chris Roland about the 1 megabyte program size boundary. Is that going to be changed or lifted with 301 or further?
I'll take that.
Sure.
On 301, Raj, the 1 megabyte program size for the code file still exists. And today, I can't tell you when that restriction will be eliminated. But 301 still has the same restriction.
Okay, Raj?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. I understand we have from Irvine, California, Billy Carter back on the line. Billy, did we miss a question?
Back on the line, but it's Irving, Texas.
It's Irving, Texas. I'm sorry.
Yes.
We thought it was Irving, California, they told us. They moved it.
It's close.
Okay. You're live on UBT. Go ahead.
Question from a customer in Dallas again, Dallas Teachers Credit Union, regarding remote support. Does the V400 come standard with all the components for remote support? And could you expound a little bit on how we would use that in supporting our customers?
I'll take that.
Okay.
We've decided to move the V400, just as we did with our A-Series family, to expanded remote support and give you that facility. We've also added with the B28 deferred maintenance and maintenance logging and the ability to have remote sessions between a site that's having problems and our CSC in Atlanta, or in fact our development laboratories in California if that were necessary. So it's something that we've tried and true and we've used before, and very successfully in A-Series, and we've now brought that to the V-Series.
Okay, does that answer it?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you for the question. While we're waiting for some more calls, and once again, our number is Net2 Answers, and our 1-800 number should be up on your screen. Let me go to another question here for you fellas. This one has to do with the level of diagnostic testing utilizing the B28 maintenance processor. How does the B28 function to provide this additional information reliability?
Well, John, as I said before on one of the earlier calls, what you see is the ability for the B28 to windle back and forth as both an ODT and as a maintenance processor, and simultaneously log errors and deferred maintenance should that become necessary. We've done this in an effort to minimize downtime and minimize system interruption to the customer base.
Okay.
And we have put this B28 on top of the system so that, in fact, we are not using system overheads and available RPMs of the customer to do that.
Well, it's doing it independently.
That's correct.
That's excellent. We have another question from San Diego, Texas. Just kidding. San Diego, California. Max Kane. Max, you're on the air.
San Diego, California, John. I have a question from San Diego Trust. If we have a V400 in a remote location, can I operate it totally unattended from a central site?
Okay. I'd like to take that one. Do we have an answer?
I guess that what we would have to do is look at the specific application and the specific requirements that the customer might have. We would certainly be willing to look at it, but I think that would be presumptuous us to say right now, Max.
Okay, Max, I hope that answers the question. I understand that we have only time for about one more question, and that is our final question today. So if you're out there and you'd like to call in, it's Net2 or 1-800. Do we have any more callers? Okay, well, if not, then I think we've just about utilized most of our time here and you taking your calls on the air. If there are any other callers, though, that are out there that would like to call in, Jim and Bill and Joe and Meredith will be here for a few minutes in our studio, and we'll be happy to hear from you. I want to thank all who called in today, and now I'd like to listen, and for you to listen, to some closing comments from our beta test sites.
Look at the modular design, the footprint, environmentals, office technology. It's a very strong commitment from the Unisys Corporation delivering to you, the customer, what they needed.
The 430 reduces our maintenance costs even further, which we're very pleased about.
Any suggestions for a 900 customer that's currently looking at a V430? Does not wait.
And I travel through many V-Series sites, and it's good to hear that Unisys does listen, that the field engineering staff is available for you, that corporate is there if you need them. Don't ever hesitate to pick up that phone and call, because you're important to them.
Gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for appearing on this product announcement broadcast introducing the new V400 system. But more importantly, I want to thank each of you in our audience today. Through your interest, support, and excellent product recommendations, the V400 has moved successfully from a list of customer requirements to where we are today with a new product offering state-of-the-art technology, a very easy transition path, superior price performance, and distinguished by a commitment to quality that every V-Series user has come to know and expect. On behalf of the Unisys Corporation and its more than 80,000 employees, thank you for joining us on the Unisys Business Television Network, a technology designed to bring Unisys and its many customers closer together. This is John Wise for Unisys Business Television.